Welcome back to Card Sharks, everyone. IcyOshawottz, congratulations on winning the car last time. You have 11,088 rupees, and you're going to defend your championship right now against Professor Whom. Say hi to the crowd.
Hi to the crowd.
Hi to the crowd, indeed. Okie dokie. You guys know the rules of the game, so let's get started. Icy, you're the champion. You're playing the red cards. Professor Whom is playing the blue cards. So good luck to everyone. Here we go. First question goes to you, Icy. We asked 100 men in Nashville, Tennessee, do you believe hell literally exists? How many said they do believe hell exists?
79%.
79 out of 100 say that hell does exist. Professor Whom is the actual answer, higher or lower?
I'm gonna have to go with lower.
Lower than 79, all right. Number of men in Nashville who say that hell does exist is 80 by 1. It is not lower, it's higher. Icy just missed the bonus, but he does get control of the cards. And Icy, you've got a deuce.
That's fine.
You've got a deuce. What are you going to do?
Higher.
Higher than the 2?
Higher.
Yes, it is. It's a 4. Would you like to keep on playing?
Higher than the 4, please.
Higher than the 4? Oh no, it's a 3! Unbelievable! And that means Professor Whom gets a free shot at the cards. Now,
flipping all the tables.
kind of figured that was coming. Anyways, Professor Whom, you now have control of the cards. But because you didn't win the high-low question, you do not get to change the card. So you must play it. But you have a jack. What would you like to do?
Gonna play. Okay. Change it?
You can't change it because you did not win the question. You must play the jack. Higher or lower?
Okay. Lower.
Lower than the jack? It's a 4. You got it. Now, would you like to continue on playing or freeze?
Gotta freeze.
Gonna freeze on the 4, protecting Professor Whom's position. We'll move on to the next question. Professor Whom, the question goes to you. We asked 100 people, if there have been repeated thefts from his company, should a boss have the right to make his employees take a lie detector test? How many said that they think they should have the right to give the lie detector test?
Gonna go with 63%.
63 out of 100. All right. Icy, is the answer higher or lower than 63?
I'm going to say higher.
Higher than 63. Number of people said they think they should have the right to give the lie detector test is 65 by 2. It is higher. Boy, you're all around getting the answer right on the nose. Icy, you're still looking at that 2. I assume you want to play it.
I'm going to go higher, please.
Higher than a 2? It's a 6. You're right. Player freeze.
I'm going to freeze.
Freeze on the 6 protects his position, and that keeps Professor Whom away from the cards. And Icy, this question goes to you. We asked 100 single women, if after your 3rd date with a guy, he still shook your hand instead of kissing you goodnight, would you go out with him again? How many said they would go out with him again, Icy?
I'm going to say 55.
55 out of 100. Professor Whom, is the actual answer higher or lower than 55?
Lower.
Lower than 55. The number of single women who said they would go out with him again is 75. No, it is not lower, it's higher. Icy has control of the cards. Icy, you have a 6. Want to play or change?
Change it, please.
Changing the 6 to a jack. Better card.
Lower than the jack.
Lower than the jack. It's a 6. 2 cards away from game number 1, player freeze.
Freeze.
Freezing on the 6, keeping Professor Whom away from the cards. And now, gentlemen, we've reached the 4th question of the game. That means it's sudden death. Somebody has to win on this play of the cards. Control is very important. Professor Whom, the question goes to you. We asked 100 women in St. Paul, Minnesota, have you ever pretended your doorbell was ringing just to get a long-winded caller off the telephone? How many said that they have pretended that the doorbell was ringing so that they can get off the phone?
I'm gonna go with 45.
45 out of 100. Icy, is the answer higher or lower than 45?
Higher.
Higher than 45. Big moment here. Number of women in St. Paul who said they had pretended the doorbell was ringing is 52. Icy, you're right, it's higher. Now, Icy, listen up. You've got some choices here. Icy, you've got a 6. You can change the card if you like. You are 2 cards away from the game. If you call them right, you win the game and take a lead in the match. But if you goof, ProfessorWhom wins the game. Or you could pass it to ProfessorWhom, who has a 4 that he cannot change. He needs 3 cards. If he makes a mistake, you win the match. Icy, play or pass?
I'm gonna pass.
Passing it to ProfessorWhom, okay? ProfessorWhom, you've got a 4. You cannot change it, and you must play the 3 cards correctly to win the match, or the game, rather. What's the call? You have a 4.
Higher.
Higher than the 4? It's a 10. You got it. Higher or lower than the 10, Professor?
Lower.
Lower than the 10? It's another 4. Yes, you're 1 card away from game number 1. Call it right, you have it.
And let's go with higher.
If it's higher than the 4, you've got game number 1. Is it higher? It's a jack, and you do have game number 1. Well done, ProfessorWhom.
Nice one.
Yep.
Hooray.
That could have
His
gone either
cards
way.
are palindrome.
Yes, and that was a palindrome. Yeah, Jack 4, 10, 4, Jack. Yes, indeed. So game number 1 goes to the challenger. That means, Icy, you got to win game number 2 to keep your championship reign alive. Icy, first question goes to you in game number 2. We asked 100 actors and actresses, tell the truth. Do you sometimes think you're overpaid for what you do? How many said they do think they're being overpaid?
52%.
52 out of 100 say they think they're being overpaid. Professor, is it higher or lower than 52?
I'm gonna go with lower.
Lower than 52. Number of actors and actresses who think they've been overpaid is 21. Yes, it's very much lower. Professor has control of the cards. ProfessorWhom, your first card is a 6. You won the question, so you have the right to change it if you like. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna change it.
All right, changing that 6 to a 10. All right. You got to play it. Higher or lower than the 10?
Lower.
Lower than the 10? Oh, no, it's a king. It's not lower, and that means Icy has a free shot at the cards. Icy, you can't change it, but you wouldn't want it because it's an ace.
Lower, please.
Lower than the ace? It's a 10, yes. Want to keep on playing or freeze?
Let's go lower than the 10.
Risking it lower than the 10? Oh, no, a jack. It's not lower. So neither player makes any progress. We go to question 2. Professor, it goes to you. We asked 100 people, should a man be allowed to avoid the draft if he pays someone to take his place? Of course, we're talking about the military draft. Professor, how many said they should be allowed to avoid the draft?
53.
53 out of 100. Now, Icy, is the actual answer higher or lower than 53?
Lower.
Lower than 53. Number of people said they should be allowed to avoid the draft is 11. Just 11. Yes, indeed. It's very much lower, Icy. Icy, you're looking at the ace. What are you going to do?
Lower.
Lower than the ace? It's a 7. You got it. Play or freeze?
Freeze.
Freezing on the 7. That protects Icy's position and keeps the professor away from the cards. And now, Icy, this question goes to you. This is the third question of game 2. We asked 100 women in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, do you think that men are, for the most part, faithful to their wives? How many women said that they think men are faithful to the wives?
67%.
67 out of 100 said that. All right. Professor, is it higher or lower than 67?
Gonna say lower.
Lower than 67. Number of women in Philly that say they think men are faithful is 45. You're right, Professor. It is lower. All right. You have a 10, and you may change the card. What do you want to do?
Gonna change the card.
All right, good idea. Let's hope for a better change this time. Professor, your 10 now becomes a queen. Better card.
Wait. I'm gonna go with lower.
Lower than the queen. Oh no, an ace! It's not lower. Tough break. Icy, you now have control of the cards, but you cannot change your 7 because you didn't win the question. What's the call?
Higher.
Higher than the 7? It is a jack. Well done. Want to keep on playing or freeze?
I'm gonna go lower than the jack.
Lower than the jack? Oh no, it's a king, not lower. And now, once again, we have reached sudden death. Again, somebody's got to win control in this play of the cards. Control is very important. Icy, you need this one to stay alive. Professor, the question goes to you. We asked 100 married women. Do you think you and your husband will still be married when you're 65? How many said they will be married at 65? Did we lose?
This to me?
Yep, Professor Whom, it's your question.
Okay. I'm gonna go with 65.
65 out of 100 said that they will still be married at 65. Now, Icy, is the actual answer higher or lower than 65?
Lower.
Lower than 65. Crucial situation in the game. Number of married women who said they will be married at 65 is 89. It is not lower. It is higher. Professor has control of the cards. All right. It's sudden death. You have a queen. You can change it if you like, but you'd have to call 4 cards in a row correctly to win. If you do so, you win the match. But if you goof, Icy will win the game and tie it up. Or you can pass it to Icy. He has to play the 7, and he has to call 3 cards. If he makes a mistake, you win the game and match, Professor. What do you want to do, play or pass?
I'm gonna pass.
All right. Icy, you've got a 7. You can't change it. You got to call 3 in a row. What's this?
Higher.
Higher than the 7? It's a 9. You got it. 2 away.
Higher.
Higher than the 9? No, it's an 8, and we have a new champion. Professor Whom is got it. He's going to play the money cards. Well done.
Hooray!
Good job.
Good game. Boy, I tell you, it just goes to show you never know how the cards are going to be. One game, they can be really good, and then the next, they can fall flat. Well, I see you did better than you did on your last championship reign, I believe. You got 11,088 rupees, and you're actually the first contestant now to win the card twice, so well done. Well done.
I'm full of firsts.
Indeed you are. Okay, Professor Whom, you're going to play the money card, so let's get to it. Okay, you know the rules of the game by now, so let's not waste any time. You have 200 rupees and a jack, and remember you can change 1 card per line. Do you want to play the jack?
Yeah, I'm gonna play the jack.
Okay, 200 rupees. How much of it would you like to bet?
I'm gonna go with 100.
100 rupees, and you want to go higher or lower?
Lower.
100 rupees. Lower than the jack? It's a 6. Well done. All right, Professor, you now have 300 rupees and a 6, and again the option to change the card.
Gonna change the card.
All right, 1, 2, or 3. There's 3 cards that you can choose from to replace your 6. Do you want card 1, 2, or 3?
Gonna go with card 1.
Card number 1. All right, let's hope for a good change. Professor, your 6 now is become another jack. All right, that's a better card. 300 rupees and a jack. How much would you like to bet?
I'm gonna go with 150 rupees, and I'm gonna say it's lower.
All right, 150 rupees, half of it. Lower than the jack? It's a 6 again. All right, you're up to 450 rupees and a 6, but you have to play it this time. 450 and a 6, how much?
Gonna go with 300.
Ooh, big bet on the 6. All right. 300 rupees, and what's the call on the 6?
Higher.
Higher than the 6 for 300 rupees. Is the professor right? Yes, he's right. It's a queen. Well played. So that gives you 750 rupees. We move the queen up to the next row and give you the other 400 rupees. You now have 1,150 rupees and a queen, and now you can change the card again since we're on a new line. But do you want to play it or change it?
Gonna play it.
All right. 1150 is what you have. How much would you like to bet?
750.
750. And what's the call?
Lower.
750 rupees. Lower than the queen? It's a 3. Well done. 1900 rupees and a 3. You want to play it?
Yes.
All right. How much would you like to bet of the 1900?
900.
900. All right. Going to play it a little safe. That's fine. 900 rupees. And what's the call?
What's my card again?
Your card's a 3.
Okay, so higher.
All right. For 900 rupees, is it higher than the 3? It's a 9. Yes. Okay, Professor. 2,800 rupees and a 9. And you can change the card if you'd like.
Okay.
All right.
I'll change the card.
And you want card 2 or 3?
3.
Card number 3. All right. We had a good change last time. Hopefully we'll have another good change this time. Your 9 now becomes... Oh, another 9. Ooh. 2,800 rupees. Remember that the minimum bet is 50. How much would you like to wager? Be careful. It's a 9.
I'm gonna go with 500.
All right. 500 rupees and higher or lower than the 9?
Lower.
All right. For 500 rupees, lower than the 9? It is a 7. Well done. Okay, Professor. 3,300 rupees. We move the card up to the big bet, and you don't have to play it. I assume you want to change it.
Yeah, I'm
All
gonna
right.
change it.
All right. Good luck to you, ProfessorWhom. I'd love to see an excellent card. You got a lot of money here. Good luck. That 7 now becomes a 2. You can't lose. You know what to do with it.
Higher.
All of it higher. All right. For 6,600 rupees, higher than a 2. It's a queen. You've done it. 6,600 rupees. That was well done. Congratulations.
Hooray.
Hooray. Man, oh man, good cards. All right, now we're going to give you a chance to win a brand new car. We gave one on the last match. I'd like to give away another one. We'll find out what happens. You have one joker, so you have one shot at it. There's 7 numbered cards. Behind one of them says the word car. If you can find it, you will win a Suzuki Samurai worth 7,949 rupees. Find that car, Professor.
I'm gonna go with 7.
Lucky 7. All right. Good luck to you, Professor. This would give you very close to 15,000 rupees in cash and car. So good luck. Here we go. Is the car behind card number 7? No, it is not. I'm sorry. Not this time, Professor. Icy, where do you think the car is, just for fun?
I'm gonna say 5 again.
All right, let's see if he's right again. Where was the car, please? Nope, right down the middle this time. It was number 4. Okay, Professor, you are our champion, so you will get to play in our next match against Saria. You have 6,800 rupees, and we will get the match started for number 3 right after this. Don't go away.